So I just wanted to do a little bit. I missed Friday's Posh Tip Day. So let's jump right in. Right now in Poshmark, there is a shoe party. So I went to my women, and I'm going to go to my shoes. I do all shoes. And then you just press that little icon that's a square with the recycle buttons and you just go and start sharing your closet into the shoe party, and that's what happens. So whenever there's a party, usually there's a party, 3 times a day in the afternoon around this time. It lasts for I'm not quite sure actually. I think it lasts for about 2 hours. It could be something like that. Yeah, but something I've been doing is not just sharing. So, okay, once you share to the shoe party, it actually only shares your item once. So you doing it multiple times like this isn't gonna do anything. What I have been also doing though is clicking my followers as well as sharing to the shoe party, because that will refresh in the algorithm when someone is searching for that particular item, which I have done a tutorial on that. So go ahead and check out my IGTV and you can see the tutorial on that. These ones I have not yet shared to the shoe party, I do not believe. So I will keep doing that. I may have done these, but if you're not sure, you can always try again, but it's not going to refresh it in the party. Okay, so yeah, and that's kind of what I do, and I have a ton of shoes. Shoes is one of my most favorite things to sell. You may not have as many shoes as I do, but that's okay. I just love shoes because they really can give you a good return on investment, especially if you get them at a good price and they are a good brand. If you ever come upon Isabel Marant boots, I say pick those up. Even if they're $15, pick them up, because Isabel Marant, I believe I sold mine for like $145 or something. So those are definitely a brand that I recommend picking up. These Toms, I really like them, but I've had them a little bit, maybe a month or so, and I have not gotten a lot of action on that brand of shoe. These Stuart Weitzman are new, these wedges right here, and I couldn't believe when I found them, they were valued at like almost $400. I have them at $250 right now, but everything's always open for negotiation. I am always open to offers on any of my shoes. When they're like new, like these Nikes, they're originally for $90. $45 is actually a really good price. There's people that try to offer $20, and I personally believe, like, if you think that that's enough return on your investment, then you go ahead and do that. Don't let anyone tell you like, oh, you could have sold those for more. Well, yeah, maybe you could have sold them for more, but what matters more to you, selling them for more or just having a quick turnaround and making a little bit of profit? That's why some people, they will send their items to ThreadUp or the Real, because they don't mind making a lower return on investment. They just want a really quick turnaround. It's the same thing with any item you have, right? You just decide what you think is acceptable return on investment. No one can tell you how to run your business. So I just love doing this. I will share to the party and I will share to my followers. That's just something that I've recently started doing. I actually used to only share to the party, but after I did that tutorial on the algorithm and sharing to edit next list sharing versus just pushing this share button right here, and realizing that it does it to either. I believe I did the shoe party. I'm doing it a few times. I'm forgetting which ones I'm doing as I'm talking. But yeah, so this is a technique that I've been doing, and sometimes I'll just share it to my followers multiple times as I'm sharing into the party. I will do this for each category because I actually have shoes for kids and I have shoes for men. I do not just carry women's shoes. I've done pretty well selling kids' shoes, but they do not have as big of a return on investment. For sure, just kids' clothes in general, they max, you could probably sell a dress for 25, depending on if it's new with tags or not. The least I've ever sold a kid's item was like $6, I think, or $9, like something like that. But average is $7 to $9. So I always recommend listing the kids' items for anywhere between like 10 to 15 if you can. If you start at 7, just realize that you may end up selling it for like 6 or 5. People tend to send offers unless they bundle, and obviously bundling is always a really great thing to do. I was hoping I could get through all of the shoes and show you some men. I may just do that right now. We'll just stop right here. Okay. So as you can see, I have quite a bit more shoes I could be sharing. It usually takes me a little bit to share to a party. Especially if I have a lot of that particular item. So then I would like go to men's, and then I would go to shoes, all shoes. It's really strange. Sometimes I have to refresh the closet, and that's not a big deal. And then I'll go back to category men, shoes, all shoes, and then they'll pop up. So yeah, and then I just, do the same thing. Start sharing to the party. Just like so. Men's shoes do fairly well for me. I would say that the shoes that have done the best in my experience have been the athletic shoes. When you have, Nike shoes, Air Max, of course. The dress shoes tend to take it's very strange. Sometimes it takes a long time. Guess, in particular, men's Guess shoes that I have picked up have gone very quickly. As you can see, I've sold some Nikes, some Vans, and these Brunos I had to basically give away, and they had a value of $485, but they had damage on the sole. So yeah, I've sold New Balance. Like you can see, it's a kind of a mix of dress shoes and some Nikes and some Vans. So those are the kind that these Meslin, they sold within a day of me posting. So there's some brands out there that do have value as far as men's shoes go. And then I would then go to kids and go to shoes for kids, and then pop those out and start sharing those. Also share to the followers. Now, as far as kids shoes go, it's kind of the same thing as I was mentioning before. They don't sell for a high dollar value amount, but they do sell. As you can see, I've sold some Skechers, some Stride Rite, some Cat and Jack, even some dance shoes, and dance shoes do sell. You can see Cat and Jack does sell fairly well, but like these Cat and Jacks, they sold for a good amount, 16, 18. The Cat and Jacks really can do fairly well. 11 is for Skechers. These Cat and Jacks only sold for 7. So it's really up to you. Now, just very quickly, if you want to share to a bundle, you can go into the item, find the person's name. This is E. Maurer Bailey. Click that little button and look for the name E. Maurer Bailey. I must have spelt it wrong. So let's try something that's a little easier real quick. You have to find something with a like on it. Okay, so C. Weber 1988. So then we'll find him C. Weber, 1988. Ah, I keep not being able to find it. I'll come back to that